Greetings, my name is Mike Fluke and you're watching the File of Republic podcast. And in this video, we're going to react to Western feminism. So there's one thing I've kind of noticed on all the panels is that when I talk about things like population collapse or how bad it is in the West, all the feminism and all that stuff, I don't think you guys really have a lot to gauge it on. I mean, I know that you guys consume TikTok on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're very, but I still think that maybe the algorithm that you're in is not as toxic and horrible as the one I see.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, because I showed you a couple of these samples already, and you kind of were shocked by it, and you had a bit of a awakening moment yesterday when we went over this.
Yeah, actually.
Like, what was your first thought, kind of going into it before we start?
Like about the like thoughts about the videos?
Yeah, like what's the overall vibe that you get from Western feminists?
It's just like a lot of girls are like complaining a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thought that I have in mind. Like when I saw the videos,
Yeah.
it's like, why are they like complaining a lot?
Do you think that like some of their complaints are valid, or do you think the ones I showed you were all just pretty darn silly?
It's kind of pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get your first dose of Joy Behar?
Well, I think most of the women are like, they're gonna hate me for this.
No, and you know what? Just be yourself, because anyone that might hate you is thousands of miles away, and you're perfectly safe in my little dungeon room here that we got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think you're safe. They don't know where you are. They probably can't even spell Palawan. All right, let's do it. Here we go, Joy Behar. And I'm just going to like pause whenever.
There's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question. Do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless. I mean, and by the way, I want to differentiate between straight men and gay men, because I think I would die without gay men. Nobody can gossip like gay men. Nobody can help you.
So that's on one of the biggest like daily shows that women watch.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of, girls on summer break see that. People see the clips. What do you think of that? Do you think it's a good way to teach our ladies, considering it's coming from an actual TV channel and not just YouTube?
Yeah. Well, I already seen a lot of this kind of videos, and they're just like attacking men or just hating men.
Yeah.
I saw some like videos on TikTok already, but it just like, I'm not really like, I don't know, like I'm not into like, oh yeah, men are like losers, man, we don't need men. Yeah, but you don't need to like do that.
I know.
If you wanted to hate men, it's just like keep on yourself. But you don't have to do that on a TV show.
On a public.
Yeah, in a public.
Yeah, in a public forum like that. What did you think of the ladies? Do you think they're hot? No, I'm actually going for something here. Like, do you think any of them were attractive at all? Or do you think they're all over the hill, post-wall?
Like this woman on the video?
Yeah.
Exactly?
I mean, she's probably the hottest one, and that doesn't say a lot. I don't remember her name. I don't know. But yeah, generally, would you say these girls are attractive?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You're being too nice. Let's just put that in the no category. I'm working towards something here, though, with that question. I'm going to ask about every girl we see.
All right.
On the Western side, anyway. And all right, I guess I will continue.
Accessorize like gay men.
I've been crying on and off for a little bit now, and I want to be a mom so bad. Like, I want to be pregnant so bad and grow a human, and I just want to take care of... I just want to be a mom so bad. And I just wish I could be one right now.
31, and I've chosen...
So, now that's the fallout. That's the fallout from messages like the ones that we saw prior. Now you've got girls that believed all of that, and then they get older and they hit the bio clock, and that's how they feel. What do you think of that lady? Think she's got hope?
Yeah, I think so. She still like hope to have a kid.
Yeah.
I think she's still young.
Yeah. How old are you again?
34.
Yeah, I kind of put that one in for you. Although you do have a daughter already. You do have a daughter. So, but yeah, if you want any more kids, you know, you don't want to end up like that. You're already older than that girl, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll just move on. This girl is interesting.
To remain single at the moment, and my dad questioned me the other day. He said, "Don't you think that the older that you're getting a little too picky?" I paused. That was a valid question, and so I answered thoughtfully. I have standards, and they're not high standards. I wouldn't even call them that. They're just my standards. I don't think I'm asking for something from a man that I can't give myself. I've spent years in therapy trying to become a better person, journaling, reading books, listening to podcasts, and I expect the same of my partner, someone that is emotionally intelligent and self-aware enough to do work on themselves. I'm not asking for something I'm not giving. I have taken so many years to get an education, to build a career for myself, and I am at a disadvantage in comparison to a man. I am more of a minority than a man is. So if you start off with the upper hand, to me, there should be no excuse as to why you can at least meet me where I am financially. I don't think I'm asking for something I'm not willing to give. There are so many things I can go on and on about. I don't think I'm picky. I think at the age of 31, I have gone through my trials and tribulations enough to know myself, to be confident in who I am, what I bring into someone else's life. And I just want them to be able to meet me where I am, if not better, because that way they inspire me to be better. And I don't expect a flawless person because I am not a flawless person. And that makes me happy. It's not like a defect of mine.
Watch.
She's already sitting there in her own farts. You can tell. Now, that was a mouthful. There was a lot to that one. I mean, like, what is your general feeling of that? Do you think she's trying to rationalize maybe poor decisions? You know, she's
I don't think
31 and she has no kids.
Well, the way she talks, like she already have like standards, like that's what she's saying in the video. But it's just like, you're 31, and her dad is like being honest, and that's.
Yeah, but like, who do you think she's talking to? You know, like because we've talked in the other episodes. You've been on a few now, and like, you know, male preferences. It seems like she's not even giving them any thought whatsoever at all. This whole entire video was just her.
Mm-hmm.
Very selfish, very narcissistic. Yeah. She's treating it like some sort of business promotion. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like she's more of the kind of girl that'd be waiting at the finish line. She's not willing to build something with a man. Mm-hmm. She wants the guy to be complete and be above her, you know, and there's no talk about like that first girl who wanted to be a mom. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's a huge contrast, right? So I don't know, like when you look at it from the male perspective, you know, like what are your thoughts on that? Do you have any? I know like she really went deep on that, but any thoughts on that?
I don't really, because she's like older. I mean she's old. She's already 31, and she's going to. I mean, she needs a man, because I think she's looking for a man.
Yeah,
she really is. That's why she made the video.
Yeah, but do you think she's going to find one with that attitude?
Well, it's going to be hard. It's going to be the difficult one. Yeah. I
personally think she's going to be a cat lady.
Because the way she talks, like...
Yeah. I mean, it sounds really good on the surface, and I know as a girl, you might be thinking, yeah, she sounds like really well put together. She sounds like she knows what she wants, but she doesn't factor in anything for what the other party would want. It's a very one-way argument.
Yeah, she's very argumental. Like, she's gonna be like having a hard time to find a man that she's gonna someone that's gonna accept the way she is. Like,
I would hate to have to decide a vacation with her.
Yeah,
she doesn't seem like the kind
way
of girl
she
that
talks.
would go camping.
It's just like, you know.
Yeah, no good. Yeah, I know. Like, I kind of threw that one in there. I knew that would kind of throw you for a curveball, but everything she said, I personally, as a man, am dumber having heard it, because it's just the same old bullshit. That's what we in the West That's what we hate. And I know I'm not going to get any good zingers out of you on this reaction. It's just, this is the first time you're being exposed to this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I know you're going to be a little speechless at, at some point. And then some of them are just obvious, like bangers.
How crazy perspective is.
Okay. So this one is like, this one, she's talking about two ways that she can look at the same coin. And again, you're going to see a trend with these videos that they're all trying to rationalize putting off starting a family, putting their career first. Like men are generally looking for a girl, like it's actually smarter for a girl to get a guy before he makes it. And then you build with him. So that way, I mean, kind of like me and my wife did, although that didn't work out that well in the end. But yeah, like you build something together. But all these girls, they seem to have had their fun, their hot girl summer. They hoard around, and now they expect to have a guy at the finish line, and it doesn't work that way. And it's so much delusion. So she's talking about perspective. She's saying it's crazy, because I cut her off a bit in the beginning. It's crazy how perspective can change things.
So I'm 30 years old. I'm single. I live at home. I just spent the last year like running around trying to figure out stuff, and I'm back at home. My job is hard. All my friends are getting married and engaged, and I'm not. Life just every day feels the same somehow. Sometimes I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Or I am 30 years old, you guys, and I live at home because I just spent the last year traveling around and doing whatever I wanted, meeting so many people, having so much flexibility, and now I get to live at home and try and save to buy my own place and spend this quality time with my family that I'll never have again. And I haven't met my person yet, which is so cool because I still get to fall in love for the first time with someone new, and I will just love this person, and they'll be so great for me because I've just chose not to settle, and that's so exciting. And my job is hard, but it's rewarding, and I'm so lucky to have like a remote job that's flexible and work with amazing people, and I believe in what we're doing. And I get to go on beautiful walks every day because I have a healthy body, and I have an amazing community where I live that I'm working really hard to build, and that's pretty cool, don't you think? Love you guys, bye.
Cope. What do you think?
She's sad.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She really is. She's really
really
like, she
sad.
almost looked like she was gonna cry when she tried to like act happy.
Yeah.
Like her face was gonna crack. Yeah, she knows that she's Delulu. Delulu, as the ladies say. Yeah. Any other thoughts on her?
I mean, she's sad. She really needs, she wants.
Have you ever met a girl who's 30 or above, even in the Philippines? And they're talking about girl power, because it does happen here. They're talking about how, like, oh, I'll have kids when I'm later. I can totally still do that. Do you see the same look in their face too? In any woman? Like every single girl 30 and above, when they hit the wall.
Yeah.
Do you see that look of desperation in their eyes? Like they're lying to themselves and they fucking know it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I can feel it too.
Yeah, I know. Like.
Yeah, I'm on the same page, right?
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I was going for. Because yesterday when we were talking about it, you're like, I still have time. It's like, yeah, how many eggs you got left in that carton? All right, I forget what this girl was about. This one's a bit long too.
So I'm 31. Actually, I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 in 2 weeks, but almost there anyways. And I'm still single and never been married, no kids. And I do want all of those things, but I feel like it's not.
What do you think about her appearance? I forgot to ask you about the other ones too. What do you think of this girl's appearance?
What?
Just her general appearance. What do you think about like her face, what she's wearing, her hair? What do you think about her? Do you think she's good looking? And don't be fake.
I think she looks great when she's put a makeup and then
and she put fake all over herself.
But she looks fine for me.
Now, you've seen some of the people that I consort with. Would you say that the ladies that I consort with are more attractive than that? Like, do you think any guy personally would want that? To marry, like he just meets her in that current state. He never got to know her when she was young and beautiful. He meets her like that in yoga pants.
She looks basic.
Yeah, she looks like a real basic. So let's, with that in mind,
Talked about enough. Kind of like the weird period when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and pretty much everyone you know is married with kids, and they're pretty much like settled in life, or so it seems, and you just feel like you are completely at a different stage.
she's kind of got like Amy Schumer vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you want those things, but I also don't want to settle, and I don't want to just find the first person that's like willing to get married and have kids just to say that I did that.
She doesn't want to settle. Do you think she's going to slay, girl?
No.
wanting to wait and, you know, wait for the person that can give me what I need and what I deserve. Because I know that I bring a lot to the table, and I'm expecting that from someone else as well. But no one talks about this like weird in-between time where you're content with your life and you're happy and you find joy in yourself and in your life and you feel fulfilled. But at the same time, it's like you're longing for that partnership and that family and for that life. And it's just such a weird thing. And it's such a weird time in my life where like some days I'm super happy and content and like I'm fine if I'm single for the rest of my life, and I'm fine if I don't have kids. But then other times I think about it and it's like, I'm going to be 31 in 2 weeks, and the biological clock is a real thing. And just not knowing if like that's in the cards for me is kind of a weird place to be at. And I know that it's all in God's hands. It's all in God's time.
What do you think about what do you think about girls that say it's all in God's hands?
It's just an excuse.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I think it almost borderlines on girls taking the Lord's name in vain, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You know, like if I manifest it, you know, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, this video, I can relate. Like how she feels like when you're on your 30s and you're still single, and it's different for me because I already have a kid, but it's different. Like you're looking for like a partner. You know?
Yeah, I know. And I kind of left that out. I kind of sidelined that earlier in the video. Like you do have a ticking clock, you know?
Like she starts questioning.
Yeah. And I've seen you do the same thing. You and I, you know, in these discussions that we have on the panel and on the side too. So yeah, you know, like I guess I'm kind of rubbing it in your face because I knew you were going to be the one reacting to these. I'm trying to reach you, you know, but you're all right. You're still all right. You still got, you know, I mean, at least you age better than her. You know, you age like wine. She's aging like Amy Schumer.
And there's just things that we cannot control in life. But I feel like it's just not talked about enough for, you know, the people that are kind of in my situation. So yeah, if anyone else is feeling like this, let me know. So hot take, coffee date.
Any last thoughts on her?
No, I think she's just like, she's just sad and I don't know. Right. Well, she said something like, sometimes you're happy and sometimes you're sad. Sometimes you're content, but sometimes it's like you're looking for something.
I think she's sad all the time.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
I think she binge eats before she goes to bed because she's sad. All right, let's go look at this brave queen. Let's go see what she says.
Dates, ice cream dates, drink dates, etc. are low effort. Okay. I had this man ask me on a date tonight, and he said, "Oh, let's go for drinks. I would love to take you out." And
So before we continue this, we talked about this yesterday. Other videos I showed you were all about coffee dates.
Yeah.
Do you think a coffee date is a good first date or a bad first date, and why? For whatever reason you choose.
Coffee date is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone like asks me for a coffee, let's do it.
How about going for a walk?
Yeah, I love walking and then like talking. I don't know. It's just
it's a good way to get to know somebody, because if you're still kind of nervous around them, you don't have to look them in the eye the whole time, and like, you know, sometimes it's easier to walk beside the devil than look him in the eye. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so I think you already know the tone of where she's going with this. What do you think of her overall attractiveness?
She looks beautiful.
Yeah, I think she's all right. She's not ugly. She's not hard on the
She's
eye.
not ugly. She's just, yeah, I think she's pretty.
Yeah, I think she is too.
Told him respectfully, no, I only do dinner dates. He was like, oh, I don't do dinner dates on the first date. Blocked. I'm not about to play with y'all, okay?
Is her attractiveness going down a little bit as she talks?
Yeah.
I think that's why the passport bro movement started. It's not a movement. I don't know why I throw that last word in there, because this is what our black gentlemen are dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who started fleeing away from women like this just to come out here to the Philippines. Come to the Philippines. Join the members only community. You can actually connect with the girls that are on the panels that I have. Kristine's social media information's in there. You could send her a little note. Maybe correct her on a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could support the channel by clicking on the link in the description, which may not actually work right now at the time of posting this because I think I got to renew my domain. But yeah, it'll work eventually. But yeah, consider supporting the channel.
Yeah.
These men, we need to, as women, we need to stop letting these men get away with low effort dates and literally do anything. Okay? Because first of all, why are you trying to get me impaired on the first date? Or why are you trying to get impaired around me on the first date? I'm uncomfortable. Absolutely not. Dinner is great. You can have drinks at dinner. That's 100% a non-negotiable for me. As soon as you're saying that you're not taking me to dinner, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not trying to convince you. Is that you're blocked. Goodbye. The only time I would slightly understand drinks, like a coffee date, salad date, ice cream date, etc., is if he's like a millionaire, billionaire, okay? Trillionaire. Like
trillionaire. She wants one of those Kangs, Yeah. So what do you think of this like on the Delulu meter? What would you put her between 1 and 10?
Like how she's
fucking whack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty whack. So you can't get her drinks, and she's offended by that, and she interprets it as you trying to take advantage in some way, just by taking the edge off with a little alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not where to have a date. It's just the person. If you really wanna because if you're going to date someone, you're just like talking first, right? Texting, whatever, and then you can feel if like this person is like really cool or nice or just and maybe he's your type or whatever. But it's just like the one thing that like I'm concerned about, like it's just like men, I mean, where do they going to like have a date? It's just like it doesn't matter to me.
I'm gonna have to pause it there real quick because my battery's about to die. Oh no. All right, a little bit of technical difficulty, but where we left off is you were saying it's not necessarily where you go, it's who you go with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Should I continue on with her?
We can go to the next.
I don't know. We're going to finish her off.
All right.
Like, unless you're up there, but the men that are doing this are regular men anyways. You get what I'm saying? It's regular men who don't want to spend the money on you, right? They want to feel like you have to convince them on that first date why they should take you out to a dinner, spend $200. Maybe if I take myself out to $200 dates by myself, and I treat myself all the time, why would you think you're going to come in and take me to no rangy ass, like cheap ass type of drink date? No. And I get it. I feel like as women, a lot of us think of short commitment dates such as drinks, coffee, etc., as, a way for you to leave if things are uncomfortable or, like a quick exit, right? However, that's not how men view things. They're not coming from a safety standpoint. They're trying to get you turned, and also looking at it financially. Like, I'm not going to spend all that money on this girl. Thinking that dinner is that much of an investment is problematic and toxic.
Problematic and toxic.
I don't know what to say because I don't know where she gets this stuff.
I think you do know.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, bullshit. They get it in universities.
Yes. Yeah.
Everywhere, man.
yeah, I don't. It's just like, for me, if like I'm going on a date, it's just for me. Well, all girls are gonna say, "Oh, you're just like, you know, go with a bare minimum and all that stuff."
Yeah.
But it's just like, you're going on a date. I don't think that way. I mean, I don't give a fuck if I'm like, he's broke or whatever. It's not that. It's just the person. I want to know about a person. It's just.
I mean, I will fault you a little bit on that logic. I mean, you shouldn't, like if a guy's too broke, he's not ready to be in a relationship, and maybe he should go work on himself before he goes on a date.
Yes.
But
yeah. Well, as for me, it's not a.
Yeah, it's not all about the cash.
Yes.
Yeah. And, it's another example, too, of another lady that doesn't, it's always about what she wants. It's about her preferences and everything like that. And I understand, you can have your own preferences. I'm not poo-pooing on that. I think having preferences is great. But she seems like a real wretch of a person. Would be awful to talk to, sit across from the table. And, I mean, overall, do you think she'd be a good investment? How many kids do you think she's going to have?
I don't know.
I wonder how many more eggs left in the egg carton.
Yeah.
I don't deal with it, and I'm not going to argue about it. Blocked. These men are so complacent doing the bare minimum, and if you allow a man to do the bare minimum once, baby, he going to keep doing it. That's what I've learned. That low effort shit is not flying with me at all. But I want to know what y'all think.
A guy suggesting to take you out on a coffee date instead of a dinner date or an activity date for your first date, it probably means one of these three things. Number one, he is choosing a low effort, low value date because he is probably dating multiple women. And you might be okay with that because you might be dating multiple men, but it's just something to think about because he is not putting.
So it's okay when she does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's not pulling out her wallet at any point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the effort and money into planning a notable, worthy first date because he's probably going on the same date with so many women just to figure out who is going to be a good.
What do you think she was doing before she filmed this video? She looks really dolled up. Do you think she did it just for the video?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's kind of sad, eh?
Yeah, it looks like a fresh makeup for me.
Yeah.
Match. And essentially there's nothing wrong with that, but it's up to you if you're okay with that. Number two, he's probably kind of cheap. Even if it is about point number one, if a guy has money and he's not cheap, a dinner to him is like a cup of coffee to an average Joe. Even if he's dating multiple women, he'll still want to take you out for a nice dinner. Number three, it's just a meet and greet before he plans to cheat on him.
Why?
I kind of got that one got cut short. The original source of all these videos, they were compiled by The Wall YouTube channel, so I had to cut that one a little short. You can see his little logo there as well. Thank you, The Wall. But yeah, so overall, any last thoughts on that lovely gem?
Well, I just realized something. Like,
what?
I know now why men they like act like these girls are saying, like, they don't treat them like nice, or they don't treat them on a nice dinner because they act like this.
Yeah, kind of explains the whole passport bro thing, eh?
Yeah, that's why I'm now like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, so if we ever put you on the panel again, you're gonna maybe have a new
yeah.
I think I should do a video like this with everybody. Like next up, I'm gonna get Belle in here. She was on, I think, the last panel. I think I'm gonna get her to come on here too and do one of these. Hi, Belle.
Hi.
And hi, Maggie. We miss you. All right, let's continue.
If he cheats on you, you cheat on him back. There's no long paragraphs. There's no yelling. There's no crying.
How about just leave them? Take the high road instead of...
Go find his dad, his brother, his best friend. I don't care if you have to lie about it. You are going to cheat back.
So then both people will be wrong. Fantastic.
First off, what do you think of the overall vibe that crazy one is putting out?
The other girl.
Yeah, the one like the main like you gotta cheat. If he cheats, you cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what do you think about her energy? She seems a little wired, eh?
Yeah, and she's kind of a bit old.
Yeah, she is a bit old. She looks like a vegan. You know, 'cause her skin's all dried out and she looks all like uptight and shit.
Yeah, she looks like looks like if she's like having dinner or somewhere else.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna want like complaining about the food.
I wonder what her cerebral cortex looks like.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. You gotta wonder like what's going on. She needs a brain scan. But yeah, so clearly she feels that she's been wronged. She looks like she may be a housewife. Don't know for sure. Sits in the house all day going crazy. I don't know, man.
Oh, she just divorced or something.
I don't know what the hell's going on with this one, but she's got the googly eyes there.
Make that a stipulation at the beginning of your relationship. We're going to say, if you cheat on me, I just want you to know that I will be cheating on you back, and anybody is fair game.
If a person's entering a relationship and expecting...
And this one here, this lovely lady, I forget her name. She's in a lot of really great content.
Uh-huh.
She's the control, like the control in the sense of the speed of the video. Like that, the other girl that's talking really quickly, that's her speed.
Uh-huh.
I didn't speed that up.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy, man. Can you imagine like having an argument over dinner or something? Like
to be cheated on, they probably shouldn't be entering that relationship in the first place.
If it happens, which happens way too much, you get to follow through. You're not betraying. You're not betraying. You already set the boundary.
The scary thing is this type of logic actually works for some.
You look them dead in the eye when you say, oh, by the way, I slept with this and this because I found out about yours, and you're walking out the fucking door. You're not going back. Fuck the high road. It feels good to get revenge.
Mm-hmm. Instead of using your body as a tool for revenge against someone, how about keep your dignity and self-respect intact and just leave the relationship, like an adult?
Do not get the hype around marriage.
what do you think of girls that post shit like that on social media?
I think someone fucked her up.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a situation that she can control still. She can control her own actions.
And why did she like post something like that on the social media?
I know.
He's like old and she knows already like what's right or wrong.
And like if another guy sees that,
yeah,
like she's done, man. She's cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Now this next one, it's peak. It's peak. We're hitting the top of the mountain. We still got it. We're only halfway through, but we're reaching some peak degeneracy here.
I really don't. When I was married, I found it to be really underwhelming and overrated. I never at any point felt like I was doing something special or magical. If anything, I felt like I joined a cult, because people would get really weird about me going off script in terms of being a wife and just getting married. For example, I didn't take my ex-husband's last name when I got married. And if you didn't know this, if you're a woman and you marry a dude and you don't take his last name, people get real freaking weird about it. They get really worked up about it. People would ask me all the time. They would be like, what would you do if you had kids? And my answer would not bring them comfort, because what I would essentially tell them is I'd be like, if we do have children, they're taking my last name because I birthed them. I'm not going to labor and bring a child into the world just to give it some fucking dude's last name. That is my child. It is not.
Do you think she hates men?
Yeah.
Do you think she has any place, like, in a marriage at all? Like, do you think she even belongs in a marriage?
I think she's gay.
You are gay.
Because the way she talks.
Yeah.
Very.
And I don't know if she's got that, like, side shaved head. I can't quite see the other side.
That's why, like, is she gay?
Her head would make a great bowling ball.
Or maybe she just got married because she wanted kids. She really doesn't want a husband.
I know.
And she thinks she doesn't need one.
Where do you think that hate comes from?
I don't. Wait.
Because you're seeing it in all of their eyes. Like, they all have it. And it's like, these are just a few that I cherry picked from another YouTube channel. I mean, there's like I told you, like, because you're going to be helping out with the channel in the future, and you're going to be assembling these, and you're going to see the original videos, not the ones that I put together. And you know, maybe think about that, and we'll circle back to you again in the future, because you know, I'd really like to see if you can figure out why all of this is happening, and why, and what the source of all this hate is. You know, it's just something to think about, because like maybe in your own life you can prevent yourself from ever drinking that Kool-Aid too, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I personally think that girls' minds are being colonized no matter where in the world they are through sites like TikTok, but
yeah,
we'll let this this lovely lady finish her.
Not part of my self-concept to credit somebody else for my work. Sorry. And that one would really rouse some people up. People really did not like that one. And to me, it seemed like the most logical thing, to be honest with you. I don't understand why we give children their dad's last names. Seems kind of wacky to me. And listen, I don't want any women in my comments justifying why they took their husband's last names or why their kids have their husband's last names. I don't care. Like, I don't have any hatred towards you. I know people just do what they do, but what I'm just talking about is my experience of not doing what everybody else is doing, and how people freak out on you like you're in a cult. You know what I mean? So it's just odd. It was a really weird time in my life. And I just kind of felt like,
bless you,
I was always getting this subtle pressure from the world around me to give up my personhood once I became a wife. And I really didn't like that. And I couldn't quite articulate it when I was married, but I can see it very clearly now.
Why are so many women
Was married.
Yeah.
Not married anymore.
Not married. That's why.
It's funny how that turns out, eh?
in their 40s divorced or thinking about divorce? Imagine this. She's been running the household, managing the kids' schedules, excelling at her career, and still picking up her husband's slack. And now she's wondering, what's the point of this partnership if I'm doing it all by myself? Here's what happens. High-achieving women hit a breaking point. They're exhausted. They've tried motivating their husbands. Can you please help me with the kids? Or can you take on more at home? But nothing changes. And
so let's just quickly examine the situation. Because of female entitlement and wanting to be boss babes, they flooded the workforce. They created an oversupply. Wages got slashed in half, so everyone's making less money now. And then on top of that, just because she wants to be Miss Career Boss Babe, who's clearly menopausal, now he's got to also pick up her gender role and help out with the kids and around that. I mean, I am all for that. I love what I do. When I was a blogger before, I was able to work from home, and I usually worked after the kids went to bed. So I was with my family all day long, and it was amazing. But if you're both going to work every day, I mean, don't you think that the onus is kind of at least on one parent to make sure that that base is covered? And do you think maybe that would be the woman if it had to come down to one? And be honest, if you disagree with me, you're allowed to. Like, it's not the Mike show. It's the you show.
I don't know. It's...
Because you are kind of in this situation a little bit as a single mom. But, like, you know, you've got your multi-generational family situation kicking in and helping you out with that. But, yeah, you know, like, in a modern westernized relationship, and I mean, even here too, if both parents want to work and you don't have a multi-generational setup, whose responsibility do you think is first and foremost to nurture their children?
Yeah, I think that's true, because it's really important to like raise your kids, like, you know, on your, because you're the parent.
Yeah.
Right? So it's your job, or let's not say the job because everyone's gonna freak out about the job. Oh, so it's like you're the one who's taking care of your child because it's yours. But it just like.
But let's genderize that: the man, the husband, or the wife.
Like the wife.
Yeah,
mostly.
you think? Yeah.
The wife should be like, stay at home.
Someone's got to manage that
Yes.
aspect, just like someone's got to manage the other, you know, generating an income. And when it comes down to it, I think that the gender roles are very well articulated through hundreds of thousands of years. And so I guess we kind of agree on that one.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that other Filipinas would have that same attitude, that if it came down to one parent, you know, like give or take, I mean, even if the husband was, you know, maybe not, you know, maybe he could make a little bit more money, that'd be nice. But if it did come down to one, it should still be the woman always.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And I wanted to ask you too, how, you know, like I asked you how these girls rate, you know, in their appearance, but what I should have really been asking is, do you think they're all feminine, or do you think that they're in their own masculine?
They are on their masculine.
Yeah, they got masculine traits, don't they?
Yeah, that's why men are like...
Yeah, and that's why they're having all this tough time. And so it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy for them.
And they're blaming men for that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty funny how that works,
Yeah.
eh? Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Resentment, oh, it grows like wildfire. She starts thinking, I'm already the breadwinner. I'm already handling everything. What am I getting out of this marriage? And that realization is like a tide.
What do you think is missing from her thinking?
I don't know.
She's talking about having kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking about what she is getting out of the marriage.
Marriage.
She's not even bringing in the kids into the equation.
Uh-huh.
She's just talking about them like assets to be managed. She's not saying like, you know, maybe the kids are benefiting from having a father. And maybe that's what
She's just talking about herself.
only herself. Yeah.
Yeah, being selfish.
Yeah. It's amazing how women enable each other to think that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tidal wave crashing into everything she thought she wanted. It's not impossible to save the marriage. It's just incredibly difficult when one partner refuses to grow. And
it seems like she's refusing to grow.
Yeah, I think she has like issues.
Yeah. The vengeful look in her face too, man. Fuck.
the longer she waits, the more she feels like she's losing herself. So if you're feeling this way, ask yourself, are you sacrificing yourself to keep the peace, or are you ready to reclaim your life? Because staying isn't the default answer. Choosing you, that's where the power lies.
Yeah, not your kids.
Yeah.
Not staying true to the vows that you gave all that time ago. And in her case, it looks like it was last century. Any last thoughts on that wonderful lady?
She said something like, "What am I getting for with this marriage?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the question. I mean, why do you need to need something from the marriage?
I know.
Why do you need to benefit from a marriage?
Can't it just be an arrangement?
Yeah.
You know, like, can't you just have kids and accept that life is hard?
Yeah. And
that maybe it's kind of nice, you know, having dinner with someone every night, you know, and you know, and having your kids see them hug their father and all that other good stuff.
The one thing that I think we need is, the one thing that we need, we're getting at the marriage is like love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is just enough.
Aww.
Right?
Aww.
Yeah. Aww.
Aww. Especially in the Philippines. I mean, the cost of living here is low enough. I mean, this 3-bedroom house is only like $240 a month. So, I mean, if you know, especially if you end up with a foreigner, just to kind of recap in case people don't know who you are and stuff, like, do you generally date foreigners or Filipino?
I prefer date foreigners, foreign men.
Yeah. Is there a reason for that?
They're more easy to talk to, and they're like very open-minded and very communicative. What's the word?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you, there was another highlight that either you or someone else made in one of the panels, or maybe all of them. Who do you think is more masculine, Filipino or foreigner, depending on where they're from?
Foreign men.
Yeah. Why?
They're very dominant, but in a nice way.
Yeah, like they take the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though women, at least in the West, in my experience, women, you know, they want men to become more effeminate, but then when they do become effeminate, then they don't like it. But, you know, so a man who takes the lead is good. You know, you'll maybe not in these videos today, but in the future, you're going to see other videos where the ladies are like, he's too controlling. It's like when you love the guy, he's a dominant leader, but then when you fall out of love, he becomes controlling. And it's amazing how all of these things, these demands are met. The female demands are met by the man, and then they still turn around and, you know. Anyway, let's go see what this lovely rock star has to say.
I cannot tell you how many of these comments I've gotten off of this one video. So many women are swearing off being married. They'll say, I'll never get married again. I can't wait till I get divorced. I'll never live with a man again, so on and so forth. And I think it's just very telling. Like, I've lived with a male partner before, and it was hell. You know, they treat you like a literal slave. I remember joking with my cousin recently, and I was like, hey, girl, you know I can't keep no man. Really what it means is I don't want to keep a man. And then she admits to me, she's like, you know what? I'm a slave. I'm a slave to my husband. I'm a slave to my son. And I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. All of us women who are sharing our horrible experiences with men, being in romantic relationships with men, we're not crazy. We're not imagining this. There's a reason why we're all going through this right now, and we're waking up.
What do you think the reason is? There's a reason why we're all going through this right now.
Social media?
Yeah. Seems like it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it kind of begins and ends with women, it seems. Do you think she has love in her heart?
I mean, I think she's just doing it for a content.
Yeah, I think she feels, I think her feelings right now that she's expressing are genuine. I think she's got that.
Marriage is so...
No, she's what?
She's faking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really love this one because I really love judging people. So I'm like...
I know, it's like we're just sitting there like those two old Muppets on the top balcony. We even got the red curtains, but yeah, like that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
I've never done a React video before, so I don't know how far I should push it, but yeah, I think all these girls are first class something. Something.
To us every single day. Hey, look, if you're a woman, you need to get married, you need to tie yourself to a man, your success depends on it, your worth as a woman is nothing if you're not tied to a man, right? That's what we are told. And this is very clever marketing and a very clever scheme for men.
It's a very clever marketing for men. Do you think that there's a marketing department that handles all this?
Like for men?
Yeah, she says it's very clever marketing. She sounds like a real smart one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder who pays for that marketing. I'm just being sarcastic, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like in my experience too, like I kind of had a little enjoyment putting these together because I too am in a situation where just like that, you know, a lady can change. But I mean, either it's a clever scheme for men or it's a clever way to adapt because women have children and they need a provider, you know, and women are women.
For men to really enjoy the invisible and often uncompensated labor that women provide. I mean, this scheme and this scam has been so good that...
It's a scam. It's a scam. Uncompensated labor. Yeah. Like, do you think she bought that house that she's in?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Do you think she's feminine?
The way she looks, yeah.
No.
But the way she talk, no.
Most of us have forgotten the origins of marriage, right? Marriage originally was a tool for men to own women as property. And it's not a coincidence that a lot of...
Another black person talking about how people own them.
Them treat the women that they're with like property, whether they be married, whether they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, whether they're living together. I mean, think about the whole Keke Palmer thing, right? I mean, it's very telling. One of my favorite...
How long have you held down a job? Like, what's the longest you had a job for?
Like 2 years.
Yeah, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you get sick of it?
Yeah.
Do you think it would be nicer if you had a provider and you could just stay at home with your little lady, your little girl?
Yeah,
and like
that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This woman's kind of ungrateful, I think.
Favorite scholars. Her name is Catherine McKinnon. She's a Marxist feminist and a lawyer. And she wrote about the exploitative
I'm giving you a clue now as to where this comes from.
Mm-hmm.
labor dynamics between men and women. And she goes on to explain that because of the domestic and invisible labor that women provide in the home, that wives provide in the home, the men's time and energy was freed up so that they go out into the world and conquer the world and take their place in the public sphere. All while what? All while women sacrifice their opportunity to make a name for themselves, to represent themselves in the public sphere, right? So they're held captive in the home, producing this domestic feminized labor so that men can free up their time and free up their energy to go be men out in the world, right? I'm saying this all to say that.
Do you think there's anything wrong with that? That men go out and leave their mark on the world while the woman's at home with the kids?
I don't think so.
No. It's kind of weird, eh? That, like,
Um,
I mean, how many women actually become a CEO or whatever? They can't hack it. They can't do the hours.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain level of genuine like you have to be psychotic a little bit.
Yeah.
Psychopathy, I think is the word. But yeah, I mean, narcissism, whatever. There's a certain level of like crazy that you got to be in order to do that, and men usually are more capable of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would you really want to work the amount of hours that it takes to do? You know, and you were on this show, and you were also behind the scenes on a few episodes that you didn't actually appear on, and like, you know how flaky ladies are. Like, do you really think it's even easy for girls to leave a mark on the world when they have so many sick days and so much bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I think of that.
We are not imagining things, right? Like, they do treat us like servants. They do treat us like slaves. And it's because of the origins of marriage. Marriage has always been a labor contract so that men can enjoy and exploit the invisible, undercompensated, and uncompensated labor.
Let's talk about divorce. You're going to
So Marxism, there's that would be one of the sources of this. You should look into Marxism.
Marxism?
Yeah. And the Bolsheviks, Weimar Germany. Yeah. Yeah. There's actually a connection to Chargao in a video I'm going to make too.
Mm-hmm.
Loosely related.
a divorce or contemplating getting a divorce. I don't want to be the bearer of good news, but it's always better afterward. Don't get me wrong. The process of divorce can be really stressful. For some, very painful. For others, it could be glorious. But the point is, what a lot of women don't understand is that there is actually life.
Do you think the little boy that's trying to get her attention in the background is happy?
No.
Do you think that she's being like the best mom that she can be?
No.
Do you like how many times she cut this video?
I don't know.
As you watch, like every couple words, there's a jump cut. They call that. So,
yeah.
So can you just see her sitting on the toilet, you know, ignoring her son, and then trying to piece that together in CapCut?
After divorce, and usually it's 99.9% better. Once you actually overcome the fear, the sadness, the anger, the hate, or whatever it is that you may be feeling, it's actually one of the most satisfying, amazing, glorifying feelings ever. To be independent, like to feel like you're yourself again. Now, everybody's divorce and situation is different, but
I just like to picture what they look like she's in a park or something, and she's just sitting there with her phone.
Yeah.
And there's kids like feral all around her and stuff. She's just like, can you imagine like just seeing her like you drive by?
a lot of people always ask me, it's so hard. I'm so scared. I'm so worried. I'm worried about being alone. Don't be worried about being alone. That is the most beautiful part. Being alone sometimes is the best thing for you. And I'm not only talking about relationships, just friendships as well. Being alone and not having a million friends around you sometimes is the most comforting feeling and is the best feeling for you. I enjoy not.
What do you think of her mental health?
She's not still healed.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
not having a million friends around me. I enjoy sitting at home. I enjoy being around my children and family and people who actually matter to me.
Do you think she really enjoys being around her children?
No.
Yeah.
That I value. And sometimes all that happens from regrowth and re-understanding of yourself and who you are. A lot of times we lose ourselves in friendships and
I just can't anymore.
The way she talks, though.
Like she just keeps going.
Yeah.
Another little side thing I notice is the size of the foreheads on these girls. I wonder if there's any correlation.
From a second date with someone, and it went great. We went hiking, saw a waterfall. He was such a gentleman. He did make a comment to me that has me questioning myself, maybe. He said that you seem very independent. And my response was,
what do you think a guy means by that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have any idea.
You seem kind of independent, but not very independent.
Like
you personally, in my opinion.
Me?
You seem kind of independent, not very independent.
Uh-huh.
So you're like, you're all right. It's when you're very independent, it's usually a disqualifier. Because men like to provide, they like to provide security, they like to do all these things, and it gives them a sense of purpose. And when a girl is very independent, smash and go, you know, that's it. That's all she is. She's a toy, and not a very good looking one.
yes, because I've had to be. Yeah. So like, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
So because she's had trauma and she's got baggage from previous relationships. So now she's had to be very independent. That's why men go younger. And that's why girls your age and up, you guys are on your own. You know, like you're lucky that the military is in town.
I feel like
wah, wah.
Just based off of what I've heard on social media, men don't necessarily like really independent women. But like, what do you do when you're put in this situation where you have to be independent? You don't have somebody that you can rely on. So I don't know where this is going to go.
You would be. I wonder what her situation was. Like, I wonder like why she didn't have somebody if she had like hot girl summer. I always wish I had more context to these.
Yeah.
An average woman. And as about an average woman in this country, an average black woman, the average black man in this country earns $41,500.
What if I have degrees?
Thank you. See? I want you guys to understand. She just asked me, and I told her, what is a woman has her SMV. Now, these women actually think they can make themselves higher SMV because of a degree.
So he's talking about like how rare of a guy that she wants is. And then she's like, what if I got degrees? So it's a female that thinks that she can elevate her place in the dating market because she has, you know, a degree or a career or whatever, which most women, I don't understand how in the year 2025, most women don't understand that men don't care.
Yes.
Like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
yeah.
There's some things I can't say, but yeah.
Degree. That does not work. Men have never picked women based upon your degree. That is why you could be on fries at McDonald's, but if you look like Kelly Rowland, you can marry a millionaire. But you could graduate from Harvard, but if you look like Precious, you ain't got nothing coming.
This guy's no longer with us.
Why do you think a degree should matter to your sexual marketplace value?
This is Kevin Samuels. He kind of kicked off the whole thing of what I'm doing now.
Oh.
The guy is awesome. He unfortunately had a heart problem and passed away a couple years ago.
I think it should add just because, I mean, if you're going based off just appearances, then
I'm going based upon who men are. When have men ever said, look at that average looking woman, but goddamn, I bet you she got a degree. Ooh, that ain't who we, no, ma'am. No, breathe. You gotta.
My glasses are purely a coincidence.
Yeah.
I didn't. It's because it's bright in here, man.
Ask the customer, the men, and that just shows that you ladies don't understand what we are. That is who we are. We don't care about your degree until we care about how you look in your body. That's when it matters, after your SMV.
I told a guy that I was waiting till marriage. It was our 5th date. We were trying to decide if we wanted to be exclusive or not, and expectations and what that would look like. And we talked about my waiting for marriage for about an hour. And he had a lot of questions, and I was like trying to answer them to the best of my ability and explain where I'm coming from and why it's important to me. He was really nice about it, like just a gentleman, just wanting to understand. And I told him, I know that this is a lot to take in, and I want you to be able to make the best decision for you. So please, take a couple days, think about it. Don't think about my emotions, just think about what you need in a relationship. And then give me a call back in a couple days. And just let me know what you've decided. And I've been waiting for the phone call all day. And I'm like I know that it'll be good either way. Like, this is just how it is. Like, if I'm gonna choose to set myself apart in Christ, then this is what dating looks like. But it just feels kind of bad to be waiting for his phone call, waiting to see, am I worth dating if I don't have sex? And I'm he hasn't called yet, and it's 8 p.m. And so I'm well, maybe he's not calling because he'll show up to my place with flowers and tell me that that's not why he was interested in me, and that he wants to be in a relationship with me either way, and that I'm worth it. But is that unrealistic? Wanting I don't know, I just wish that I was worth a big gesture, because right now I don't even know if I'm worth a phone call. And it hurts a little bit. But either way, I'll be fine. I'm just sad.
That was pretty rough, eh?
Yeah.
So what do you think she was doing right?
Well, she makes everything complicated.
Yeah, but what do you think she was doing right? She's waiting for marriage.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things I always talk about.
Yeah, but
I personally can identify with what she's going through, but it's even harder on a girl.
Yeah.
Because a girl can't go back once once a cucumber becomes a pickle, it can't go back to being a cucumber. If she has a high body count, she's done. She's cooked. Broken microchip. We've talked about that a few times. So she's trying to save herself for the man that she loves, and I think that's great. So that's one of the things she's doing right.
Yeah.
Now where do you think she could be going wrong?
I think she did. Yeah, she make that more complicated.
Yeah, how so?
Because she thinks, she overthinks about that thing about marriage, and maybe the guy is overwhelmed by that.
I still think it's good to be direct. I mean,
yeah, but men are, different.
I'm man. When I met my wife, we had worked together online. We both worked for a UK company, and she was dispatching my work to me. So we got to know each other over the course of the year. But then after a year, I decided to steal her from the company and make her my virtual assistant. but I said I was going to come and see her. And when I met her in person, you know, I right away told her my intention. You know, as soon as I saw her, I knew, like, because I already knew her for a year prior to that. And I told her from the very beginning that my intention was to see if, you know, there was marriage material here, you know, and now we got 2 great kids as a result. So I think men too, you know, I think little boys are a little different because they want to go and figure themselves out. I mean, you got to remember, when you're 18, you're instantly valuable. Men want you. You're desired by the world. When you're an 18-year-old boy, you're nothing.
Yeah.
You got no money, no muscles, nothing, you know? And it's like, yeah, so you want to figure that out before you get married, just like I got to. You know, I didn't get, you know, with my person, you know, until a few years later. So I think actually I think it's very, very good and very Christian of her to be that direct right from the beginning. Yeah. I think she knows what she wants. And I think that's really rare with women.
Yes.
Where I think she went wrong is that she tried to go outside of her church. And I know what that's like, you know, like the reason why I ended up going outside of my church. And I got to tell you, you know, I'm a Protestant, and marrying a Catholic caused a lot of problems for me that I'm still living through now. And when you kind of go interdenominational, or you just go for somebody that's not even a God-fearing person at all, then that's kind of where you go wrong. And I think she's at the point where, I mean, right now, from my understanding, girls and boys in church right now, usually it was more girls in churches than boys, but actually we're seeing a resurgence now in boys going back to church. But if there's nobody within her church, I'm sure her church is part of a federation. She could travel a little bit and then maybe, you know, but I think her mistake was that it's heartbreaking to hear that story, that she went outside, and then she's going to be going through that a lot. And then I'm worried that in her future, she's going to do, you know, what I did, you know, and that could cause a rift. I think that the bond between a daughter and a father is very important. And I just hope that she's able to keep her, like, all of that intact. But yeah, so that's the only thing wrong that I could see that she did. And I think it was a very thoughtful video that she made. I wanted to end it on a high note. We're not going to do the other React video today. I think that's it for today, because I know you got to go. But any last thoughts on that? Any last thoughts on Western ladies? And
it's just that it's really different, like, how they think about men. They really hate men.
They really do.
Because I think because of social medias, like the one that they're seeing online, and then there's a lot of fake, you know, fake people in social media, and they're showing like, oh, they're happily married and all that stuff. Oh, this guy is like treating me like very good, treating me like better, treat me like a princess or whatever. And then these girls are like, you know, jealous about that, and then they're gonna think, and they're gonna look at their husband, and they think they don't deserve that, because some of the girls are like, their husband, their partners are treating them like way more better than them. So it's just like jealousy, and social media, just like it's not a good thing.
I think it really taps into the neuroticism that women experience on a day-to-day basis, and it just feeds into that, and it's no good. Do you think women should just shut up and get back in the kitchen?
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's a wrap. You've been watching the Follow Republic podcast. My name is Mike, and this is Kristine, and this was our first React. If you want to help the channel out, we do panels. If you check the playlist called Screening Process, you'll see that we do live discussion panels on live stream, so you can interact. And if you are thinking of coming to the Philippines as a passport bro, dating will be part of the equation. And what better way to set yourself up than to see how the girls think before you arrive in the Philippines, and maybe even lock down a girlfriend, you know, because we have the social media contact information of the ladies inside the members only community. You can find all the links in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a good day.